Grand Europe tour for 20 days starting from Amsterdam city. We took Singapore Airlines SQ024 from Mumbai to Amsterdam. We left home at 9:45 p.m. to Sahara Airport, Mumbai. After security and customs checkup, our flight took off at 3 a.m. After a 9-hour journey, our plane landed at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport at 8:20 a.m. local time. After customs clearance, our tour guide brought us all together. He led us to the coach in which we would travel for all 17 days of the tour. It was a beautiful air-conditioned coach, quite roomy, with television and audio systems. Our tour representative, Mr. Anil Oza, stayed with us throughout the tour. We directly started our city tour of Amsterdam. It is a beautiful city in Netherlands. Before proceeding with our tour details, I would like to share a brief summary of Netherlands and Amsterdam. The country's name in Dutch is Nederlanden, which means lowlands. In fact, a part of the country lies below the sea level. The Dutch has expanded the country by stealing land from the shallow sea off the coast with the construction of dikes that we can admire during our tour. To this day, they continue to do so, being perhaps the only country which is able to increase its territory without encroaching into the neighborhood lands. The most interesting city to visit during our tour of the Netherlands is Amsterdam. The capital is all cut by canals. In Netherlands, unlike most of Europe, never had a feudal structure and flourished through strong maritime trades in 1602, carried on by the first multinational that we know in history, the Dutch East India Company. The Dutch are considered to be the most electric, innovative, liberal and tolerant people in Europe. Amsterdam is a wonderful and diverse town. While the city is famous for red light traffic and open-minded approach to drugs, it is also a beautiful place steeped in culture. The tours in Amsterdam should cover sites like walking along the canal ring for peace and tranquility. One of the longest museums in Europe is Rijksmuseum. Museum. Amsterdam has exclusive trendy restaurants that serve exotic world-class cuisine. The historic Mager Brug Bridge is another site for checking out. It is a historical wooden drawbridge that challenges modern technology. When ships have to cross, the bridge opens up, allowing them to pass below, and then closes back for pedestrians to use it again. Now continuing with our tour, we had a city tour of Amsterdam escorted by a local lady guide. Amsterdam is a city of canals with a number of old Dutch monuments. The language mainly spoken is Dutch. The brick buildings in this quaint city have a unique structure. The bricks are made from the canal clay, which is damp and cheap compared to cement and mortar. The city has a beautiful drawbridges which can be opened to allow ferries or boats to pass under the canal and closed back. When closed, they look like perfect tar road and the vehicles go over them smoothly. The engineering skill is quite amazing and has to be appreciated. Most of the buildings and even some roads are constructed of the easily available bricks. The windows are all of plain glass and there are no grills for extra security. Flowers of different colors grow in plenty in Amsterdam. They can be found in the window sills and in the lawns of the houses and offices. They seemed to bloom in plenty because of the pleasant climate. The temperature was 14 degrees centigrade with a good sun. There was a brilliant sunshine too, since it was springtime. After the city tour, we were taken to a diamond factory where we were showed the diamond cutting machines and the diamond cutters. We saw diamonds of different quality and shapes, and we were served with drinks. Then we went for a canal cruise in glass-covered boats. It was an altogether new experience, and we enjoyed it thoroughly. During this cruise, we could see the whole of Amsterdam city. There were also houseboats in which people lived. Our next visit was to Madurodam, which is a mini model of Holland. We were given 1 hour to go around the place. We left the place at 3 p.m. and reached Hotel IBBIS at 5 p.m. It was a good hotel with air conditioner, TV, audio systems, hot water facilities, etc. At 8 p.m. we had dinner and retired to a good night rest. The next day after breakfast, we left for Germany. We left Hotel IBBS at 8:15 a.m. and reached the German border at 9:30 a.m. We took a half an hour break, changed the currencies and left the place. After a 5-hour journey by road, we had lunch and a short break. We continued our journey and reached Mannheim in Germany at 7 p.m. and for the night we stayed in the Hotel Augusta. The climate in Mannheim was little hot and sultry. The next day after breakfast, we left for a city tour of Edinburgh. Now I would like to give some details of the important cities we visited in Germany. Mannheim is the city in southwest Germany with approximately 3,15,000 inhabitants. It is the second largest city in the state of Baden-Württemberg after Stuttgart. The city is located at the confluence of the Rhine and Neckar in the northwestern corner of the Baden-Württemberg. Mannheim is downstream along the Neckar from the city of Edinburgh. Mannheim is unusual among German cities in that its streets and avenues are laid out in grid pattern, leading to its nickname, the City of Squares. University of Manhattan is famous and people from all over the world come here for higher studies. The civic symbol of Mannheim is a water tower situated at the far eastern part of the city. Now coming to the next cities in Germany, Heidelberg is one of the most beautiful cities in Germany. The harmonious ensemble of castle, old town and river nestled in the hills of the modern world has inspired poets and painters of the Romantic age. It still fascinates millions of visitors from across the world. The city has the oldest university in Germany, established in 1386, which looks back at a history of over 800 years. Modern Heidelberg is known for its future-oriented science and research. It is a business hub. Strong in development, and has the lively center of the Rhine-Neckar Triangle. About 15 city districts covering a surface area of 109 square kilometers with a total capacity of 150,000 inhabitants make up today's Heidelberg. Heidelberg is famous for its famous castle, Germany's oldest university, and for lanes steeped in history in the old town. Alternatively, it is also a modern scientific and economic location with an international reputation and the most lively and aired cultural scene. This city attracts people from all over the world, some 3.5 million visitors each year, out of whom about 65% come for professional reasons. Heidelberg leisurely and cultural landscape is diverse and ambitious. It offers entertainment, stimulation, and experiences for all ages and tastes. We started our tour of the city with a local city guide. A number of buildings can be found on either side of the banks of the city of Heidelberg, including private houses, congress buildings, churches, historic monuments, and castles of different kingdoms that ruled in the 17th and the 18th centuries. From the top of the Heidelberg castle, we can have a very good view of the old city of Heidelberg with the old Renaissance culture. The new city of Heidelberg is well developed with a number of medical universities, medical research institutions of human resources, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and so on. After finishing a city tour of Heidelberg, we left for the holiday park. It is called the mini Disneyland of Europe, with lots of fun activities for children. We had our lunch there and then moved on to see the 3 shows: the magic show, aqua show, a wide range of amazing shows in water, and the dolphin show. After going around the holiday park, we left for our hotel in West Germany and at 7:15 p.m. It took almost 2.5 hours to reach the hotel. We stayed at Hotel Bristol, which was a very nice hotel in a very good location. The rooms were clean. The climate was pleasant with slight drizzles. We had dinner and took rest for the night. The next day after breakfast, we left Sindelfingen and headed to Stuttgart. Stuttgart is a major center for automobile production. The Mercedes-Benz Museum is a must-see here. This museum is one of the Stuttgart's biggest attractions. It features some of the world's oldest cars, including the first Mercedes-Benz that was ever made. We were given 1 hour to go around the museum to see the different models of cars from different centuries. Then we went to the Wilhelmina Zoo. Apart from an impressive collection of over 8,000 animals, the architecture of this zoo is particularly noteworthy, based on the Moorish style of southern Spain's Alhambra. The structure alone makes the zoo worth a visit. The amazing Stuttgart TV Tower is a landmark building and became a model for the rest of Europe and the globe. An observation platform allows amazing views of the nearby Swabian Alps, the vineyards of Neckar Valley, and even the Swiss Alps. Its revolving restaurant offers even more breathtaking views. Stuttgart, the existing metropolis, has the power to charm people with its beautiful squares, palaces, and buildings in different architectural styles. We then left West Germany to proceed to Austria. Now I would like to add a few lines about Frankfurt, Berlin and Munich, and a few other important cities in Germany. Frankfurt is located in the south-western part of Germany and has a population of approximately 648,000 people. Berlin, the largest city of Germany, is another one of the country's favorite destinations. Representatives of many different historic periods can be perceived in the city. Remains of old medieval buildings clubbed with glass and steel structures make up for the unique architecture of this city. Munich is the capital of the German state of Bavaria. This is the third largest city after Berlin and Hamburg. Very beautiful German city. We left West Germany to Austria. On our way at 1:30 p.m. we had our lunch. The route from West Germany to Austria was very nice with green fields and trees on either side with good roads. Our road rides in Europe were quite spectacular in that the highways offer extremely beautiful views. Besides, they mostly comprise 4 or 6 lanes, and there are phones at intervals of every 1 or 2 kilometers. Any vehicle that gets stuck in the highway can use these phones to get help from auto service people and others. The express highways throughout Europe are connected to different countries. People there enjoy their weekends and holidays by driving down to nearby picnic spots or neighboring countries with their family for boating, skating, etc. They use caravans attached to their cars, which could also be taken for rent. The caravans are well equipped with dining table, bed, etc. You can see a number of such caravans on the road. It is said that Hitler built these amazing highway roads with the help of American soldiers. When you near Innsbruck in Australia, you can see a number of mountains reaching up to the sky. There are ice-clad mountains on the lower sides of which there are lakes and canals with bluish green waters. The weather was very cold. On our way, we passed through a very long tunnel which was about 10 km long with about 30 to 32 phones at regular intervals. It was a beautiful ride inside the tunnel with its well-lit passage. As soon as we entered Innsbruck, we were taken on a city tour by local city guide. Innsbruck is a small city with about 130,000 people, mostly engaged in cottage industries. Bells are tied around the necks of most of the cows here, giving a fairy tale-like feeling. Most of the people are Roman Catholics, some 20 are Protestants, and 10% Muslims. Everything here is costly because there are no industries here. The only industry which is famous here is a glass, and the headlights of cars are manufactured here. We stayed in a hotel in Innsbruck called Ostrotel. The rooms were nice and comfortable. The name Innsbruck is derived from river name in Berk Bridge on the river. We had dinner at 8 p.m. and took rest for the night. Now, before proceeding with our tour details, I would like to give some information on Austria. Austria is a federal republic and a landlocked country in Central Europe with roughly 8.47 million people. It is bordered by the Czech Republic and Germany to the north, Hungary and Slovakia to the east, Slovakia and Italy to the south, and Switzerland and Liechtenstein to the west. Austria covers about 83.855 square kilometers and has a temperate and alpine climate. Austrian terrain is highly mountainous due to the presence of Alps. Only 32% of the country is below 500 meters, 1,340 feet, and its highest point is 12,461 feet. A majority of the population speak local Bavarian dialects of German. German in its standard form is the country's official language. Other local languages are Hungarian, Bergerland, Croatian, and Slovene. Today, Austria is a parliamentary representative democracy comprising 9 federal states. Vienna is the capital and largest city with a population exceeding 1.7 million people. Austria is one of the richest countries in the world. It has been a member of the United Nations since 1985, joined the European Union in 1995, and is a founder of Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It has adopted the European currency, the euro, in 1999. In Austria, we visited only Innsbruck. This city was coveted by empires and republics throughout history. Innsbruck was the seat of imperial court of Macmillan in the end of the 15th century. Trams made getting around the city quick, efficient and cheap. After our tour of Innsbruck, the following day we left the hotel and headed towards Venice, Italy. On our way to Italy, we had to pass through 12 tunnels. We passed through the famous Bernard Pass.